Look at this. I don't think we're allowed in here, guys, but let's see if we can get a sneak peek. G'day my friends, how are we all going today? Another picture perfect day on the west coast of the South Island of New Zealand. What an awesome day to be alive, my friends. Just take a look around us. Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you around Brunner, which is about halfway between like Greymouth and Blackball. If you're heading up to Blackball to see the old Blackball Hilton or something like that, check that out, guys. Anyways, we're going to have a look around Brunner today. Remember, guys, if you like my videos, remember to subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Come say good day in the comments below if there's somewhere else in New Zealand you'd like me to show you. Anyway, let's get into it, eh? So we're starting off, my friends, just from the Brunner Mine Memorial here, right in Brunnerton. We're about 12-13 kilometres out of Greymouth, heading up the Grey Valley. Now March 26, 1896, all hell broke loose around here, my friends. We had a working mine just down the bottom there, employing about 150 miners, and the mine completely blew to pieces. And Brunner and the surrounding towns, Dobson, Taylorville, Stillwater, have basically never been the same since. So if we walk down, we'll be able to see the Brunner Bridge. Mind you, in the 1800s, the setting was not as picturesque as what it is today. Obviously, we had the mine working up here to the left. We also had a brickworks working to the left. This is going back to 1896, so no modern machinery, anything like that. If you can imagine it, guys, we had a couple of huge stationary steam engines mounted up there, driving all the machinery down below. Brickworks over here, manufacturing bricks for export, even in 1896. Pretty cool. This is a new bridge in the old historic bridge footings. Now this is just a walk bridge, but it used to be a two-way rail bridge as well. Now if we check out over here, guys, if you look down there, right down there, you can see an old boiler from the mine down there, and you can still smell sulphur gas coming out of there. It stinks at times. It's a really unmistakable smell. Now this is the Grey River. We're heading up the Grey Valley that direction. Now if we look down this way here and we just follow that river about 9 kilometres, we end up at the Greymouth. That's where they shipped the coal from here. Those flat rocks over there. The ships used to pull up there. They used to load it with coal from the wagons, and then they used to barge it down the Grey River. Sometimes they used to make it, guys, and other times they just didn't. The life of a barge man working on the Grey River at the time was pretty limited. We have a look at the Brunner Information Centre. It's amazing what they actually manufactured in the 1890s in this little small community. See that image there, my friends? That's of the old bridge, and it looks like almost identical today. In 1848, coal was first discovered in this region, and since the day they discovered it, the area just boomed. This is men at the Brunner coalface entrance in 1866, guys. Wow, look at that. And here we have the railway wagons ready to load the sailing ships, and they transport this coal all the way around the world. Isn't that pretty cool? Now if we look here, my friends, that's a coal barge crossing the Greymouth Bar in 1907. You wouldn't want to be on that, would you? People came from all around the world to work here in this little isolated community on the west coast of the South Island. A lot of immigrants come from Ireland, the United Kingdom, and even as far away as China. It was bad enough trying to get here alive on a sailing ship at the time, but once you even landed here, the working conditions weren't that favourable either. So let's just wander around the Brunner Walk. I advise you to come and have a look here if you're on the west coast of the South Island, especially if you're heading up to Blackball and that sort of thing. It's a must-do place to come and see before you leave the coast. Look at the day we've got today, isn't it awesome? Midsummer, west coast of New Zealand. What more could you ask for? Well, we've got the remains of some sort of wagon wheel here, guys. Imagine being here in 1868. Now this is what it looked like, guys. You see here we've got the coal platform. We've got the first Brunner mine entrance here. We've got a blacksmith shop up on the hill here. We've got a retaining wall to stop the blacksmith shop and the railway line falling into the river. And we've got twin vented coke ovens here. Now you transpose that, what I've just shown you over there, and wow, what a difference, guys, what a difference. This river here looks pretty calm, isn't it? But it wasn't always like that, guys. If you get a little bit of rain upstream, this river turns into a raging torrent. Before they had the bridge or rail, barging was considered the best option. Between 1864 and 1876, 130,000 tonnes of coal were transported down the dangerous and often unpredictable Grey River. And this river is really, really unpredictable, guys. I used to live around here, and trust me, I did a lot of fishing around here when I was a kid. Seen several people drown along here. It's not to be toyed with. About 8 wooden barges, 35 to 60 foot in length, that's 10 to 18 metres about, each capable of carrying 16 to 22 tonnes of coal, negotiated the river. On a very good week, 24 loads of coal made it to the port, and they relied on horses from Greymouth to pull all the barges all the way back up here back up to the coal seam again. So the horses would walk in the river, pulling the barges behind them all the way back up to Brunner. But every now and then there's some really deep holes in this river, so what they used to have to do was put the horses on the barge, pole the barge across the deep, let the horses off, and then let the horses continue to pull the barge upstream. Now, is that a day's work, or is that a bloody day's work? And from that corner there, guys, the river gets quite deep, so what they used to have to do was leave the horses there on the side of the track, and then they had a barge pulley system with a winch up here, and they used to winch the barge from here all the way up here because the horses just couldn't pull it through the deep water anymore. So imagine this, guys, in the late 1800s. Is that cool, or is that cool? From these very rocks, you can still see here, see the holes that they've got. See, there's a anchor point here, guys, and it's got a steel tie smashed into the rock. So there's the bridge that come along later. So imagine it, guys, setting off from here in your barge, and you're going down, floating down towards Greymouth, and it could take you up to 4 or 5 hours to get to Greymouth. Once you got there and picked up an empty barge, it could sometimes take 2 or 3 days to get back up here, and we're only talking 7 or 8 kilometres. If only rocks could talk. Up there, guys, was houses built everywhere, all the way from here round the bend to Dobson. Now just down there, if you look across the river, you can see that roof of that house there, that sort of bluey greeny roof. And if you look here, you can see another grey roof there, and that's a little town called Taylorville. Now there's probably 100 people living there at the moment if you're lucky. In the late 1800s, that had grown to about 7,000-8,000 people living on that little ridge there. Absolutely incredible. And most of this bush here was cut down, and there was buildings and houses and all sorts of stuff all the way along here. Now you can smell a horrible sulphur smell here, guys. It's really putrid in the air. I lived here years and years ago, and I could smell it back then, and it hasn't lessened any over the years. It really stinks. The warmer the day, the more it stinks as well. And it's coming out from that mine shaft I showed you as we walked across the bridge. Now all these rocks along the side of the river here, there's all sorts of stuff been hammered into them as anchoring points for the barges. And if we have a look over here, guys, and you see that we've got a boarded up shaft here. Let's go and have a look. Can you see that over there, my friends? We have one boarded up shaft. So I think that may go down to the mine. Look here, guys, what I just tripped over. There's another anchoring point here, and that's been there hundreds of years. Carved into the rock. Don't fall in there. Don't fall in the bloody river, Pete. Oh, what a smell. Got another anchoring point here, my friends. They tied the barges. Oh, geez, it smells around here. All the horses up. Look at this. Woohoo! I don't think we're allowed in here, guys, but let's see if we can get a sneak peek. Now, you can't smell it here, guys, but wow, she stinks here. Looks like it is a bit of a mine shaft, guys. I'll see if I can stick the camera through and you can have a look. Can you see in there, guys? Hear the echo? Yeah, you need a gas mask here. You can see how that top of this here has been carved out. I just noticed looking up this cliff face here, guys, we've got some more ties here. See that there? A couple of big hunks of steel. If you actually look at this, my friends, it's actually coal. There's a coal seam here. So we've got rock above us, then we get to coal here. This has been hand chiseled out, guys. It's coal. See that, guys? Black gold, yeah! Oh, look at that, I didn't even notice that. Look at this, guys. We've got another entrance here. And there's a big slab or something's fallen down there. I wonder if Pete can go and have a look up here. What do you reckon? There's no beers in here. Lucky we don't have beers. Holy crap. That shaft goes up there and around the corner, I think, guys. I just can't get in far enough. Holy moly, guys. Looks like the rock is sort of split apart here and opened up a bit of an entrance. This rock that I was standing on too, guys, that's coal as well. Look at that, isn't that amazing? So guys, hope you enjoyed exploring the Brunner mine site. I love getting around these weird and wonderful places in New Zealand. It's amazing what you can find when you start digging around in a little bit of history. Anyway guys, same as usual, if you like my videos, remember to subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day in the comments below. Check either side, I'll whack another couple of great videos about New Zealand up there for you. Thanks to all those people who brought me a coffee. If you'd like to support Pete's channel, there's a link in the description below. And we'll see you next time, mate. Oh, remember to put in the comments, guys, if there's somewhere where you want me to go in New Zealand, I'll try my very best to get there for you. See you next time. Yeah.